This is, I don't know how to do this moderation stuff yet. So, this is a new screen. I got this for my birthday, which was this week. I turned 26 on Wednesday, October 22nd. This light is kind of trash because the way that I had it, it's making me change it. That's fine. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk for 30 minutes as I do. I'm trying to be as consistent as I can. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, but I'm working on it. Maybe I'll hold my thing like this. I don't know. We're struggling. This is my new tablet. Adios mio. Or do I sit it up like this? Gosh. Lord help me. Look, um, it's new to me. Gosh, bear with me. Anyway, it's been a long week. Thanks for my participant who's here and my one like. If I start off with, I don't really know. I'm just trying to be consistent as I can be. The main thing that happened this week was I don't really know. Like, I mean, not that I don't know. It's just my dad has been in the ICU, and that's been a lot to cope with, honestly. Ooh, this gives like spooky. I'm not trying to be spooky. I honestly wanted to lay down, but my orientation is all different and shit like that. Anyways, me being consistent as best as I can to try to make up for what I'm doing, and I'll just talk about it. I feel like there was a lot of things that was going through my head where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be talking about these different topics. However, now that I'm here, I'm like, dang, I probably should have wrote those down. But if I keep talking, perhaps they'll come to mind. Like the main thing though, like so I mean, yes, it was my birthday this week. However, like that was a pretty interesting day because I was feeling like um different emotions because like it was my like my dad in an intensive care unit. Like that's a lot on your birthday. And however, my sister did a really wonderful job of making me feel like it was also my birthday. Like, have you ever had a day where your emotions were like you could feel like the highs and the lows of the day of um, like, she surprised me pretty good. Like, she got me an iPad. I mean, to me, that's pretty cool. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Um, I was really just gonna be happy. I kept saying I just wanted some ribs. My mom got me some ribs. Whoa, what's up, y'all? It's like 9 of y'all here. And so my mom, she got me some ribs the day before on the 21st because that's all I said I wanted. But like she's been like ripping and running herself like to the hospital. Did What about your business? Take care of yourself and don't pay attention to the hairs because we all have the same color blood. Thank you, dear. Well, what's up, y'all? 24 of y'all. What are you doing here? I'm happy you're here, though. Because you know what? I never go live on a Saturday. It's always a Wednesday, so there's probably just more people available. I'm grateful you're here. Alright, so again, I'm just talking because I'm telling you my day, and I don't ever understand it. Cause look, it goes from like 24 to 5. So how do y'all get in here and then get out like that? Anyway, but I'm doing my thing. I'm gonna be here for a good 30 minutes, and then I'm out of y'all way. Honestly, I'm trying to get up in the morning and actually go to church, which is something I haven't been as consistent on. Like I usually would be more consistent with going to church at some point, and that's something I've been thinking about a lot. Like I've been as y'all know, this channel is just about me and like it's I would say a self growth, like an improvement journey, like how I evolve, and I try to make sure like I incorporate like God and like how important He is to me and how I rely heavily on God because I'm just like even like right now while my dad's in the hospital, like I have not even just the hospital and ICU, like I'm like we still actively pray and sing and worship and things like that because we like what else can you do in times like this, you know? So I really like try to like my I feel like my faith has been tested and like having hopes like I even look at my own channel and be like, bro, like there's like 166 of these videos on here. There's 166 of these videos on here, and I'm just like, when does it pay off? Then I have a problem sometimes with feeling like, okay, trying to be like seen. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, I really want this payoff. Why do I want it to pay off? Obviously, in my heart, in my head, I'm like, okay, this is a career I'm chasing. This is what you're not supposed to chase. Even though they like chase your dream, like, but you're not really supposed to chase, you know, it's supposed to somehow attract. I'm still trying to figure out the balance of things. I'm just a little person in this world figuring out her life, like trying to build it back together when my first set of plans didn't go the way I planned, you know. And then obviously in life you have things that's just like, oh yeah, let me throw a wrench in that also. What's up, y'all? It's 23 of y'all. I'm just saying hey, because I noticed you. I don't really know, I just go by what's at the top of my screen basically, and thank you for the 3 likes that I have here. And so yeah, like um I also am just gonna just keep talking about what I'm talking about. So I also when I'm on here and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, I'm just playing things by ear. Like um I'm playing things by ear because I don't know what I'm doing. Like when I started it I was just like hi, what's going on? I'm really just telling you about my day or my week or what's going through my mind. So I'm grateful that you popped in, whether it be for a moment or for a while. So what's up? Just talking. That's all, dear. It's Saturday night, and I'm just talking. Acknowledging the 7 people that are here. It's so weird to see it fluctuate, but you know, it's still cool. So yeah, so basically on my channel, like I am trying to figure out some stuff. Like you know how I am just me, and that just comes with different sides of me. But then I get like anxiety about things, and I've been actively trying to overcome my anxiety and stuff. So basically, like today, I was thinking to myself, like I was like, why do I have this fear of like singing, like even though I sing in front of you guys, like by video and stuff like that, I still have this like weird fear of like being seen and heard, and I try to like overcome my fears and stuff and keep putting myself out there in hopes that when you keep doing it that it no longer is something that is intimidating to you or like scary and shit like that. So like I don't know, I'm trying my best in life. But that's just the stuff. Well, yeah, but I remember singing through this thing of like, okay, ain't nobody gonna judge me, and then I'm like, but I be judging me, and you know, there's so many things. There's just like this video that I was looking at. I was like, I'm gonna put this out or whatever, and eventually, maybe next week, or whatever time it comes out, and I'm just like, I'm looking at it and I'm laughing to myself, and I'm like, this is kind of cringe. However, good lord, wishes. Other than it's kind of cringe, but I was just like, but that's the type of stuff. Like you can go online and find all kinds of stuff, and sometimes I'm like, if it's making me laugh, who knows if it'll make somebody else laugh? Like, cause I'm like, in this world, sometimes we need something to laugh at, and it's okay to be like, if you're, it's okay, like it's like some things are embarrassing, but it's not the end of the fucking world type embarrassing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like okay, okay, you can't dance for real, or maybe somebody would be like you can dance or whatever, or like. And I think that's also where it stems from, like my singing too. I'm just like I don't know, like I'm like it's not always gonna sound good. Mind you, you guys have actually heard me sing and stuff like that. I'm mentioning all this because sometimes I'm like some of my videos I'm more like I show more body and stuff like that, or especially like in my memberships and stuff like that. And I'm like, technically, I don't know. I want to like use my gifts and stuff, and I'm like, am I running from like my own singing voice? Like that could be something that could be something that helps me reach like where I'm trying to go. Like honestly, I want to do this for a million reasons at this point. I don't know why Wish's bell is distracting me. Anyway, because you know what it also reminds me of? The bell. It reminds me of like when you're sitting somewhere and there's like you hear crickets. Like in my head, like that's how it just feels. Like I'm talking and I'm keeping going, and I'm just happy for anyone that shows up because I mean, at this point I'm used to like talking to myself and stuff. Um, And I'll keep going on and on. Apparently, they say that's good for live too. Like instead of it just being like quiet space and stuff, you can just keep talking. Because sometimes people will just not talk. I don't really watch people live and stuff. I've been doing my own thing. But anyway, oh, thank y'all. There's 4 likes now, and I'm trying to like stay on track, but that's kind of how my brain works. My brain works that way to where I'll talk and I'll like jump from topic to topic, but I'll still somehow bring it all together and stuff like that. So, um, mm, I don't know why it felt like such a long week. I guess because at the beginning, I mean, guys, if you also been following my channel stuff like that, you know that I've also been kind of like, mm, I would say I would say boy crazy in a way, but that's not really boy crazy. I would say more like wanted to not be single. Like honestly, that's something that was like stressing me out stuff. And so like like mind has been doing a lot of changing about what is important this week, basically. Like cuz life things can change so suddenly. Like mind you, on Saturday no, Friday. On Friday, that's when my dad originally got into the ICU. Not this Friday, but last Friday. So it's been over a week now. And so, like, say, like, on Friday he was talking, and by the time Tuesday came around, he wasn't talking. And so by Wednesday, I couldn't even get a happy birthday from my own father because, his health and stuff like that. And of course, that was a lot. Like, that hurts. But, I'm like, also at the same time, thanking God because I'm like, thank God that he's still alive. Thank God he's still here. He's fighting. But, I went and saw him today. And, and he's like, as simple as like just the fact that he can look me in my eyes or hold my hand and like show me that he's still in there and understands. Like he might not be able to speak to me right now, and all I can do is pray for a miracle. By the way, like my father was diagnosed with cancer in June when I was coming back from Florida, uh, and and so it just progressed. And it's funny how time how time can seem like some things can just seem so fucking long, like for me thinking like I want to get in a relationship and shit like that, and like it can feel like this shit is taking so long. But then when you in retrospect say if your parent is slowly fucking withering away, you're like, whoa, this is moving too fast. And say if it's happening in the same time frame, like time really is a fucking illusion. It depends on what you're looking at. So anyway, like these are just the different things that like have gone through. Thank you. My head this week, and I'm just like um, I'm just kind of going through it. Like, okay, mind you, on top of all that, like, I've been a homebody, like, since, since moving back. It's like, somehow I felt like I was kind of, like, thriving in a way, like, at some point. Because I was like, woohoo, I broke free from something that was draining me. And then I was like, whoa, did I take a step back or did I just go into, like, the negatives or some shit? Like, I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? This is not like this is my old like childhood bedroom. I got to leave out of my parents' house for a while, and this also is a thing with time. Like when it comes to like being in the right place at the right time, or feeling like you don't understand why something is happening, but then at the same time you're like it all worked out because God knows I'm so grateful. God knows I'm so grateful to have the time that I have with my father, like because I don't know. Like when leaving Florida, I mean, I didn't really. I don't know. I was stubborn. I was like, wait. The last place I want to go is back to my parents' house. I got a taste of freedom, and I guess it didn't really. Cause in my head I was like, like they had just caught it. He was like, it's, how you go from just stage 1 to like stage 3. Like chemo was really what mm, I feel like was affecting him. Like what's going on with him? He has like right now he has this hole or something in his stomach, like a perforation or something, and he's not able to eat. And he had kept losing a lot of weight. He was a big man. Now he's like really tiny, like bony. And um and around today, like he like his tongue is like dry. He's like almost, I don't, this gets too, anyway. So he um it progressed like it right before my eyes. And sometimes when someone's in front of you, you can't even, like, sometimes you can't even see it. Sometimes you can't even see what's right in front of you. Hello, hello, hello. Just greeting those that are here. So um I'm making it through this because I'm trying to also stay consistent and build on what I'm been doing. And at times I'm just like, what's taking this shit so long? Like, I'm like, hey, yo, I've been doing this for a little while now. I thought it was going to kick off a little faster, but at the same time, I'm happy that it didn't, you know? Like, I guess I'm just thinking about time. I'm thinking about time and how much time we really have, which is why I always feel more pressured because I'm like, you really don't know how much time you really do have on this earth. And I'm supposed to live in the moment a lot more. Or I'm supposed to. I don't know. Because it might bring me more peace than to, like, worry. Like, beat it. It's fasting. Beat what? Like, like, cancer? What are we beating here? Um, Thank you for your conversation and comments, by the way. I have to read your name. Shorts humor. Cancer. Well, my father is not able to eat currently. And right now it's not even like the cancer itself got to stage 3. However, uh, like the it's this perforation like in his stomach that caused the problem, like because of the bile or something that was like, I don't know how to really describe it. It's like they're saying he can't really eat. They really actually something today they said, you know what, he wasn't having any nutrition given to him at all. Like he hasn't eaten or had any type of nothing fed to him through a tube like for a week, but then they just cleared him to have something. So I'm like, woohoo! Each day it felt like we wasn't gonna have you. So I did miss that, but I did see the damn. I'm sorry and thank you. And and then on top of that, just yesterday, I was in the emergency room with my aunt, who I had been doing caregiving to, because she was put in the hospital about June, not June, July 19th, and then she stayed in a rehab facility for 2 months, and then she came back here, and then I started caregiving for her for 5 weeks because she wasn't able to move and stuff. Like, it's been a lot. Like, telling you, this is why it felt like, what the hell? I went from like, okay, I just got out of one thing. Thank you, God. Praise God. Hoo, hallelujah. It felt great. Because I'm like, I was exhausted there. But also, it wasn't all bad there. I just got exhausted. Like, you know when something is no longer for you. And then I was like, okay, cool. Here's a transition. I had hope, optimism. That's what I also heard as a message. We're not supposed to lose hope, so even when it seems like things are impossible, and like, we still have to have hope and miracles, belief and faith. You know what I'm trying to say, I hope. It is a test, God. It is, but I don't like hearing that shit because I'm like, bro, I don't want to be tested. Stop testing me. I already passed on my test. Like, for me, I'm like, but then I also have to think, okay, like, so just because I passed these tests doesn't mean that there's just this all over. God wants you to have Him throughout your whole entire life, not just like, okay, woohoo, I received the victory in this moment. Everything's all squeaky. Wow, I wish it was, but I was like thrown into even more what felt like an even more test of my faith, and like they just say, don't give up, and sometimes hearing that is so fucking frustrating. like hearing "Don't give up." But obviously I haven't gave up. You don't just stop before you like in the middle of stuff. Like I'm further than where I ever have been. But it still did play a part of my mind, and I have felt very like, wow, I feel like I can't do it. But then even when I feel that way, I'm like, fuck that. I'm still gonna push through. You know. Which is why I'm still here, because right now I'm still like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. But I'm like, nah, this is my baby. I'm building like this is my business. So like somehow, like this is gonna pay off, at some point, and I'm not gonna just drop the ball for so long to where I just stay disconnected. Like say if you take too long, if you take a break and then you take too long, sometimes you can just end up not going back to it. And I didn't want to do that. I came too far. Then things are actually going well. So like at one point, I wasn't monetized. Now I'm monetized. I can do ads. I can have memberships and stuff. So it's been like I've been figuring out along the way. Originally, I was like, bro, this stuff is gonna happen overnight. It's like, oh, I have to learn that. Have to learn that wasn't the case, but now I'm like, no, 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 this is okay. Like I'm building, and I think it's happening at the right time because I have to also work on like my little fears of being seen and like be heard, even though at the same time I'll be like, I want to be seen and heard. But like it's different. Like mind you, I still be feeling like I'm in the room by myself, just talking to myself, even though like that's why it took me a while to even get to doing lives, but I'm here. And then like I don't know, I used to not have as much like social anxiety and stuff, like even out and about in the world. And now I'm like, sometimes I struggle with eye contact and stuff. But I'm working on me every day, and that's all I can do. And so, anyway, I don't really know if I did a good rundown of what this week. It's just been a long week because, just really because of the ICU and emergency room and birthday stuff, and like, and also me trying to pursue someone and finally just being like, it's okay, knowing when to let things go like that. Say if you're trying to, like, maybe I was looking for like an emotional support through this all, but actually I have emotional support like in friendships and family, and I'm grateful that God put me here to like be here with my dad and my family and really cherish them, even if my other half of me is like, why am I here? I don't want to be back in my childhood bedroom and all this shit. But everything still works out, and I still trust that I'm where I'm supposed to be because God knows I'm grateful to be here with my father, and because it really feels like, where did the time go? So anyway, trying to figure out if anything else, because I still have to like talk for another 7 minutes. I still have to talk for another 7 minutes. So I just broke things because I guess I just be fiddling with stuff. So, but yeah. When I think about music, and singing and stuff, like I don't know, I need to challenge myself or find a way to do it, like the more braver and stuff. Like where I started, however, is the fact that I even put my singing voice out here in the first place by like letting y'all see the videos and try not to be like I try different things that even if it makes me feel a little cringe or like shame, like I try not to think too much about it because I know the internet's just filled with people just being them. So I try not to think too hard on these things. Um, and then I'm trying to make sure I shift my focus on and start like even though I'm grateful, I try to like I don't want to be like how people have like toxic positivity. Like I don't want that, but I also don't want to just be all negative. Like I like balance, you know, and um like I still am grateful, as you can see. Like, I'm grateful that I'm here with my parents. I'm grateful that my business is still growing. Like, it's places that it wasn't before. And then I mean, yeah, I'm grateful that I keep every day pushing myself to do things that I have been afraid of. Like, I mean, I never would have thought I would have been on a fucking plane in my life either. So I'm proud of myself. And sometimes I don't take the time to just be like, hey, I'm Faith, I'm proud of you and what you have done so far. And I always sometimes feel like I got to do more because I'm like, but because I still haven't seen the results of what I put in. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I gotta do more. And so I have to balance out the difference between, hello, C27 you, thank you for the 6 likes. So I have to balance out, um, lost my train of thought. Um, it's okay. Well, it's okay. Somehow now my eyes are on my birthday balloons. I like birthday balloons. I used to have a wall full of them, like happy birthday. Yeah, yeah. Um, that is important to me. Like that's a day where I definitely celebrate myself too, because I'm just like, I'm happy that I'm here. Even though sometimes I'm like, why the fuck am I here? But I understand my reasoning for being here a lot more than I did before. Like I used to not want to be. I would literally be like, oh, like, what be one of those people that's like, I didn't. I guess I'll just say it flat out. Like I wish I wasn't born back then. Like because being born, and then that means eventually I have to die. Great. Like what a shitty way to look at that. But like that's how I looked at it. Because I'm just like, how stressful. Anyway, I mean, what a bad way to look at that. I mean, I want to now I look at things like, how do you just live a full life and be at peace? And that's probably why I'm into like prayer and religion and spirituality and things like that, because I'm just like, I have to find peace with these type of things because it is a part of life, the completion of it, like, and making peace with just, like even my dad's situation, like you never know, like I never know. I mean, I try to stay hopeful and stuff, but I've had some loss in my life. I mean, like I've dealt with like different types of grief and stuff like that. hmm But this is just another one, and sometimes I'll be like, I miss him, and he's still here, but he's not really the same. But and he's not like in the house and stuff. I don't know. I'm processing a lot of things. Anyway, that's just how my week has been, and that's really why I haven't that's why I wasn't here on Wednesday, and why I didn't really like create a video like for Saturday. But I still have my memories. I did good by you guys. Trying. And then yeah, I mean that's my week. Um, and I'm hanging in there, and I feel like I'm more than hanging in there. It's not like at one point in the week I probably you could say I'm hanging in there, but I'm back to like, okay, I'm better now. I think today seeing my dad made me feel better, and switching my focus, because at the beginning of the week my focus was on an individual that wasn't reciprocating, so I released that. So um, so yeah, we're about to be finished in about 30 seconds. I appreciate everyone that took the time to watch this video, to like, and to even talk with me. And yeah, because I'm just being real with you guys. And thank you for caring. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If I didn't already say that, liking, commenting, subscribing, all those things. There's a new thing called hype. I don't know what fuck that is. But you know, all those things that helped me grow. Thank you. And you know, whatever you're going through in life, because we're all going through something. I'm full blown aware of the foolishness and shit that's going on. I don't really like to watch the news and stuff. Like, I usually stay in my own world and stuff, but I'm fully aware also of a lot of people going through things. We all have different circumstances of how it affects us and stuff, but you know, be kind to yourself and others, because we don't know what we're going through, and what we don't know what we're going through. We don't know what someone else is going through. You know. Anyway, uh, whatever your circumstances, because you know we all got something going on. Even if you're something going on, there's some good something that's going on. Like you know, I hope you're doing okay wherever you are in life. If you gotta grieve, grieve. You know, just be patient with yourself and whatever emotions come. But okay, we're at my 30-minute mark. I did it. I showed up for you guys. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see y'all later. Toodles.